closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Looking to pass. It's Stark. He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires on the move. Makes a connection. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. That's it fly. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
One more snap coming before halftime. And back to the air on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and the half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the 2nd half as Auburn about to kick it off. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Sooner offense back onto the field. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the 1st half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just...
Afterburner's coming. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
He's looking to throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over years. Different cast of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
In search of their 1st touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. And the ball is picked off. Takes it the other way. The 50. He's on the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Auburn. And this defense coming out with points of their own. What an interception return.
And they come up with a huge pick-6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime. was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Second and very short here for the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Stark. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving a chains out to the 34.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
It's just incredible. You see the arm talent in that last throw. The quarterback position is the hardest position to play in team sports. The fact that this guy is right out of high school and somehow in the conversation to win the Heisman Trophy, that's one of the best stories right now in all of sports.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And man, this QB has delivered all year long. All the hype coming in as a freshman. Like, really get on the field. Not only does he get on the field, now we're talking late in the season.
Going downfield for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get down in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure you know where he is at all times.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. He chucks one out to the right. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes the catch past the sticks. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Sooners!
And man, that play looked a little bit too easy. Fourth down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boise State is currently ahead of this one, but unlike the days of Chris Peterson, this has not been a blowout today on the Smurf turf. They're up by 4 over Nevada. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that match. Back another drive on top of this. Their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Trying to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Running back goes in motion. They'll run the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside and try to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. He makes the catch. And the catch is brought into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They got it snapped before the play clock ran out. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. A first down for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Stark. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick. Nice physical play on the quarterback.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Auburn 21, Oklahoma 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback moving. He finds his man. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
After the incompletion, it's second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They keep attacking through the air. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. He couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose a yard.
On the option. Now the toss. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, when you're backed up on the goal line like this, you've got to play quick with your eyes. You've got to be able to react to where the football is. It's not easy to do on these jet sweeps, but the defense did it there.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Bruce, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing, they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zero.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Yates. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13.
First and 10.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Off play action. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I really like the slot receiver. And I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have working the middle of the field.
He took a hit as he threw. Couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you've got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. They've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Let's see how aggressive this defensive coordinator is with the lead and just a few minutes left. Scanning the field, it's stuck. gets it out quickly. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And this is the chance for this offense. A first and goal, fourth quarter, trying to tie the game up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking for an open man on second down. That's a fly. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Boise State is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Kellen Moore out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 5 over Nevada. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. He lets it fly. Makes the grab on the right. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. A run for the quarterback. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Oh, the loose ball recovered by the offense, but they don't have enough for the first down. It'll be a turnover on downs.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw there.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this. Oh, they block it. And they scoop it up. So here comes our first play of overtime. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
It's never easy on defense being in a sudden change situation like this. On the very first snap, they take a shot. You're backed up almost in your red zone. Great job forcing an incompletion now to catch your breath, get some momentum.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. Well, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on fourth down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Keeps the legs moving. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop
was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. The receivers often will run their route based on the side adjustment. Pocket starts to collapse. Working that left side now. He completed the pass, but welcome to college football, freshman. He took a hit there.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
And the Sooners will move the sticks.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
9-yard line. 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Timeout called by the defense, and they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And the try is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And that's just what you couldn't have happen. You can't come away with no points on your first possession. It puts all the pressure, David, on your defense. Now, they've got to pitch a shutout here on their opponent's opening possession of OT, or this game is over.
And, man, does it change the complexion now for defense? Because now you got to be aggressive. Because all they need is a field goal to win. They don't have to be aggressive offensively. They can run the football. This defense is going to have to be great and force the kicker into a tough spot.
He'll throw it. He's right on target. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. This thing has been back and forth now. 1st and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. This is a designed run. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Got it in to take the lead here in the 2nd OT. What an impressive individual display. What speed by this quarterback.
And this defense, they were scared to death of this guy. And they knew they had their hands full trying to stop him. It's one thing to do it in practice and draw it up on the board. Everybody thinks they've got a shot. Until you get out on the field, until you feel this guy's speed, you realize right away that it's going to be a long game.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're working that left side. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after. Getting set with the point after. Right down the boulevard.
The extra point is good. That will tie the game at 28 all.
conversions from this point forward. Looking to throw. He's going up top. They got it done with the 2, and now they hold the edge deep in overtime.
This is like a heavyweight fight. Both of these teams have been trading blows back and forth. At the end, it's this offense delivering the knockout blow, getting that 2-point conversion for the win.
How awesome of a game, though. Back and forth, so many highs, so many lows, and fitting, it comes down to the last play of the football game. And not surprisingly, the offense executes and gets the win.
Back to pass, it's Stark. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game.
And here we go again. Goodness gracious, another tie ball game, another overtime. These teams just going back and forth, answering the call over and over again.
David, I hope you don't have a flight you have to catch after this game, because we are going to be here a while. This is back and forth in overtime. Everybody's converting 2-point plays. I don't even want this game to stop.
So here we go again, and we'll see just how deep that 2-point conversion bag really is. They want to throw it. Tremendous execution to get the 2, and now they turn up the heat.
You know, David, coaches are always preaching mental toughness, and at this juncture of the game, you need one play to get it done, and the offense delivered.
And all this time, all the energy, all the effort to get to that one singular play. Offense versus defense for a 2-point conversion, and the offense comes through with the win.
Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. This will be the ball game. Make it and play on, miss it and lose. Firing to the right, complete. Clutch play and execution ties the game again, and we'll play another overtime.
Still tied.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Just going to keep it after the snap. They got it done. A great play call to give them the lead by 2.
Auburn, 34. Oklahoma, 32.
So now they'll need to answer to keep this game alive.
Griffin! Gorilla!
Motion from the offense. To throw, it's Stark. Getting some heat. They can't convert. A great stop by the defense and a game-winning one here in overtime. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away. But it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time.
Great. Yeah, right.
If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play now.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College.